Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd day of April, 2013. Let's see, results this morning. We only had one tick profit this morning on crude oil. There were not a lot of trading opportunities this morning. I'm not going to bore you all with going through everything. I'll go through a little bit, but there were not a ton of opportunities this morning. Let me go over the spreadsheet so you can see where we are in the month. Today, another yellow line today. Yellow lines mean we didn't make our 2 points and we were break even or positive. Green means we made our 2 points. Red means we didn't make our 2 points and we were negative. Okay? But these yellow lines are pretty much break even days. Okay? Let's see. We had 5 trades we took today. Alright, and we were plus 1 tick on crude oil. So far for the month, we are plus $3,805 per contract. And if you were to apply an $8 per contract commission fee, then we would be at plus $2,541 per contract. Okay, that's about 16 trading days. I think that's where we stand on that. The pre-market today was a lot more active than once the markets actually opened up at 9:30 Eastern. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Okay, we have a yellow line today. We did not make our 2 points today. I'll go over the trades we did take. All right, at least some of them. Here we go on crude oil. I had 3 trades that we took on crude. Alright, we took this one over here on crude, and it dropped all the way down there. It came back up and stopped us out at break even. We took this one on crude over here, and we took 1 tick profit on that. We took this one over here on crude, and it went 5 ticks and stopped us out at break even. Now, if I'd have been taking 4 ticks per trade, I'd have been up 12 ticks, at least, between these right here. Okay? I missed a couple in here, it seems, but I didn't miss too many today. There just weren't that many that set up. Okay, you see, we had a trend line in here with an up close above it, and it moved up. Another one here, trend line with an up close above it that moved up. I think on this one right here, I didn't want to take the trade. I watched this happen, but there was so little follow through on anything, I didn't want to take it. And that was it. That was it for crude oil. Let's see. I think we took 1 trade on the Russell, right? Yeah, 1 trade on the Russell. And I'll show you that one. It was right here. Well, this was actually over here. This up close right here is where we got long. Alright, we drew the trend line down. We needed an up close on the other side of the trend line because the cycle was red. So we got the up close there. It moved up, gave us 4 ticks profit, and then it came back down and stopped out at break even. Again, if I were looking for 4 ticks, profit on each trade, we'd be up 1.6. or 16 ticks right here. So we would have had our 2 points if that's what we were doing. Hang on, there is a question. There is a question that says, why was there not a long on crude oil at 10 o'clock? Well, let's just take a look here at crude oil at 10 o'clock. We had a short at 10 o'clock. Right in here, there was no long trade in here. Right here, the black line got below the green line. I don't know if you remember me saying that this morning, but I said when I was watching this come together, I was looking for the opportunity to get the up close above the trend line, but then the black line got below the BBC, so I said there's no trade in here. Okay, that's why. And that kept us out of all this chop. It would have been another break-even trade for me anyway, probably. But that is why. All right. When the black line moves up above the BBC, you got to have the black line and the MA1 on the same side of the BBC to trade. Okay, when you're using the trend line trades or when you're using bounces off the BBC. Okay, now I had 1 trade in gold. I actually had 2 trades in gold, but I'll show you the one that I did in the live trading room that I showed everybody. It was over here. All right, we got short over here on gold. And let me blow it up a little bit for you. We got short right in here on the down close, and once we closed below the MA1 and we got 4 ticks profit in the trade, I moved my stop to break even. Or it might have just been when we closed below the MA1. Either way, I moved my stop to break even, came back, took me out of break even, went up here, and then it made a move down, a big move down. And there were opportunities here on the way down that I missed. I had said over here after this trade that gold was erratic again and I wasn't going to trade gold. It turns out gold was probably the only thing we could trade today that really moved. The ES and the Russell were stuck at a weekly trading zone all morning. So it was kind of, we're waiting, just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for them. Now there was one other trade that I took on gold. I'll show it to you, but I didn't show it to everybody in the live trading room. I think it was it this one here? Now these are all trades moving up. Yeah, it was over here somewhere, I think. Just trying to find it. Hang on a sec. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. I think it was right over here. This one. Right here. It was the spot. I had told everybody about it in the live trading room, but I didn't show anybody that I was taking the trade. And I took profit on the trade. Alright, I actually had 9 ticks profit on it in the live trading room. But I'm not counting that toward the total today because I didn't point that out. I didn't actually show everybody my DOM when I took the trade. So I'm not counting it toward the total. Alright, there were more trades in here in gold. Okay, there's one right now from right here, 1413.1. That's happening. It was just the bearish cross, a test of the BBC, and a down close with a bearish divergence in a red cycle. So the entry was right here. Everybody that was in the live trading room this morning watched me talk about this stuff anyway, a lot. But if you're normally in the live trading room, then you can, you guys know that that's the trade setup. I actually have a picture of it right here. Here's the picture. Okay. Step 1 is the cross. Step 2 is the pull away. Step 3 is a test of the BBC and a down close. Step 4, down here, is divergence with a red cycle. So you see, this is the picture, and this is a copy of that picture, basically. Though this picture was crude oil from January, I think, well, back in January is when we made this. It's the same thing across all the markets, right? All the markets, all the time. Well, we're using the same time frame across all markets. We're using the same indicators, the same time frame, the same setup, the same everything on all the markets, all right? That is that. I'll point out to you something else in here. We rolled the soybeans to the end contract. Okay, there was one trade in here on the soybeans that I got in. Well, I tried to enter a little bit late. I know we had at least one partner that got into that and took 8 ticks on that. I put my order on there just a little bit late. Over here on the other side, there was a trade right here, a long trade right here that I didn't see. You would have been looking to enter long right there for that move up. There's another one coming together now, as a matter of fact. You would want an up close above that trend line. All right, for those of you guys who are watching on your own charts. Let's see, the NQ, the ES, natural gas. Now this is GNG, natural gas and copper. I didn't place any trades in copper this morning. They just didn't come together well. Natural gas apparently moved around pretty well because we had some guys that were doing trading in natural gas this morning. But the thing that held us up all morning was this right here. The ES got up into the weekly trading zone and it just sat there all morning. Alright, same thing with the Russell. The Russell got up to its weekly trading zone and it just sat on it all morning. And we just didn't have any opportunity. It's okay, we didn't force any trades, we didn't make any mistakes. Everything went okay. It went according to plan. We didn't make any money, really, but everything went according to the plan. The euro and the yen, the euro and the yen did okay. This natural gas chart that I have right here, I did have a euro chart there earlier, Jonathan. And early on, the euro did pretty well. Let's see, right in here we had, right in here, bullish cross test to the BBC with an up close, and up it went. There was another opportunity right in here. So the first spot would have been right here, and the second spot would have been right there. Alright, the third spot would have been over here. I pointed this out, but it didn't really do anything. It didn't really move. It started to move a little bit after the end of the live trading room. Right in here is where you would have been looking for the short, but there's no room for it to run. When the green line of the slingshot crosses that and the trend line also happens, it's not always. No, like right here for instance, you see? Oh, do you mean the trend line, the black trend line that I draw on the charts, Gary? Is that what you mean? There was some earlier action in here. You can see all this from 328 to 330. All these bars happened in 2 minutes. So there were some big news events that happened there globally. So there was opportunity to trade in there, right there, and right there on the way down. That one, and that one. And there was a little tiny bit of divergence over here. You could have traded that, I guess, if you wanted to jump in there, but the better one was here, here, and here. Then the divergence was all going the other way. It was resetting. There was an opportunity to get in right here on the long side. Okay. Then everything flipped around again, and then the morning started, and it was junk. That was the euro. I hadn't noticed that, Gary, so much. The trend line stuff that you were talking about. Like you were saying, if we have a trend line like this drawn over here, and when this crosses down below, something like that, we'll have to take a look at that. Karen, you are going to get an email. Okay, you'll get an email with all the information about it. Okay, and the live trading room is the first 2 hours of every day from 9:30 to 11:30. I usually open it up around 7:30, but I don't start moderating it until 9:30. Okay, and then I'm in there from 9:30 to 11:30 every business day. Okay, that's the way that works. This is a recap. This is a recap of what we did in the morning. And there'll be more stuff coming on here when I'm done. And I am pretty much done. There was an ES trade over here this morning that I pointed out, 1571.50, but I didn't have an ES DOM open, so I didn't trade it. And I probably would have taken a break even on that anyway. That gold trade that I pointed out a minute ago over here, off the BBC, down close off the BBC, that's dropped from 1413.1 down to 1411.2 for $190 a contract. One more tick would be $200 a contract. Alright. That is it. That's it, guys. If anybody has any questions, you can email me at support@cfrn.net. Okay, support@cfrn.net. If you're on the free trial, you'll be getting an email from me with all the information you need to become a partner, to get into the partners meeting on Thursday nights, and to get access to everything, the indicators and all that. Gold just dropped through that level, that 1411.1. Watch for the green line to get down into the cycle. Let me just point that out really quickly for you. What we look for when we have divergence is for the green line to work its way down into the cycle, and when it gets to the cycle, you should see a little pullback. Then it does it again, down into the cycle. Right now you should see a little bit of a pullback and another opportunity to enter. Okay? That's what you look for. That's exactly what you look for. Okay? There's the pullback. Now you need a down close below this trend line, you can get short again. Okay? Simple as that. With that, I am going to wrap up the recap of the day. And again, if anybody has any questions, just email me at support@cfrn.net. If you're on the free trial, you'll be getting an email with all the information required to become a partner. If you want to become a partner and you've already taken the free trial, you need to send us an email so I can send you out the current information of what it takes to become a partner. Okay? With that, I'm going to wrap up the recording here, And, well, just want to point out one more thing. We just got the down close below that trend line on gold. Okay? So what you would look for here is the green line to turn down and work its way down into the cycle. Put in some lower swings and continue the trend. That's what you would look for.